We know what happened last time Jed pulled this with Harbaugh. With the tweet at Thanksgiving, Harbaugh was gone a month later. And to me, what Jed did was disrespect Harbaugh, and I can only imagine what Jed said to him privately. And with Harbaugh, you can't ever come back from that. I mean, Harbaugh will hate you for the rest of his life and hold a grudge. I don't know if Kyle's like that. Maybe Kyle is less vengeful. I can't say. But do you think if Jed keeps being Jed, that he will eventually alienate Kyle the way he alienated Jim Harbaugh? No right answer here. Who knows? I'm curious to see what you guys think.
I can start off with this one. I think Kyle Shanahan's fairly egotistic, and he has that I'm always right mentality. And he's an alpha, and I could see Jed York and Kyle Shanahan butting heads, and how you touched on, Grant, having John Lynch as the buffer and kind of keeping them both in their corners like the referee in a boxing match that kind of sends everybody back to their corners, settle things down. That's John Lynch. And Kyle Shanahan has that mentality where very rarely does he do any wrong, has a hard time owning up to his own challenges and mistakes. And it almost seems like Jed York is that they're kind of the same person, just in different positions with different backgrounds as to how they got to where they are.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to be on the other side of this just for the conversation. I don't think, as far as Jed York, I feel like he's a little timid to lose another coach, like he did with Harbaugh, and he saw the implications of what happened after that. And who got their extension first, Lynch or Shanahan? Shanahan. So I think York holds Shanahan on a different spectrum. That's why when they won the NFC Championship, first thing he did was hand the trophy over to Kyle. And I think he has a certain level of respect for Kyle just because of where he went through his past. He may be furious, but I think he's just afraid of the backlash and what can happen after losing a coach like Kyle Shanahan.
Real quick, before Maverick goes, what I would say is I agree with everything you said. But when Jed walked out at halftime, I got to question whether he still respects Kyle the way he did 9 months ago.
Of course, yeah,
Maverick,
absolutely.
Maverick.
One, for the Harbaugh situation, I think having Balky and Harbaugh on different sides, I think had a lot to do with it too. But
because Balky was in York's ear being like, yeah, you're right, he sucks.
Yeah, but I mean, if John Lynch really is the Lord and Savior, that I don't think that would happen with Shanahan and him. But I think if Jed does sour on Shanahan, how do you how do you come back from that? I was shocked he was possibly coming back from the Harbaugh situation, but after giving Shanahan a big extension and Lynch an extension, if you move on from him within a year or two, you got to look yourself even deeper in the mirror. I know a lot of people think he's delusional about his success, but it's hard to justify that if you move on from your head coach after giving them an extension, an early extension at that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is here, because it, to me, is all up to Kyle. I feel like I have a very good feel for Jed. That Jed has, this is his nature. He's 40 years old. He's not going to change. This is how he's always going to be. And the only issue is whether Kyle can take it. Whether he is going to say, you know what, forget this, man. If you want to scapegoat me, fine, I'll go back to Atlanta. They'd love to have me. You think Atlanta wouldn't love to have Kyle Shanahan?
Yep.
I'm sure they would trade for him. I'm sure they would trade a first-round pick, take his contract, say thank you. So if Jed really feels like he wants to move on, I'm not the biggest Kyle Shanahan fan either. Fine, Jed. Who you got next? Who are you going to call? Jim Harbaugh? Who are you going to call? You got no one. This is the best you can do. I mean, God forbid you said something you can't take back this week. God forbid. I mean, who knows? If he left at halftime, he might have called up Kyle after the game and said some unforgivable stuff. For Niner fans' sake, I hope he didn't. And maybe Kyle's the kind of guy who has a little bit more patience than Jim, but maybe he's not. Kyle has a very big ego. And if Jed starts pulling this stuff that he thinks Kyle's beneath him, or that Kyle isn't living up to Jed's standards, he could just say, you know what? Trade me to Atlanta. Fire me right now, because 25 organizations would love to have me as their head coach. Jed needs to be very careful here, guys.
Yeah, I absolutely
he needs to be very careful, because look, the Niners are a terrible organization. It's his fault. He sets the tone. If they could get rid of him and bring in someone else, bring in Eddie, they'd be great. They would be great. But they have a very tenuous situation. And if they get rid of Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, who bring them to like a B-plus level, they could be right down at the Chip Kelly level once again. So be careful, Jed. We're watching you. No one thinks that you've turned a corner anymore. You're you. Now we're the chaperone. What's up?
Celebrity death match. Tip. You got tipped on that. Celebrity death match. Grant Cohn versus Jed York.
Oh man, I think I can handle that one. All right.
We'll leave it at that.
Grant, how tall are you?
I'm 6 feet.
Okay. 4'5".
Yeah. I'm 6 feet and a half inch. I'm giving myself that half inch.